Hi everyone, Mark from Go Fast Hobbies and Raceway. Today on Tech Tip Tuesday, we're going to mount a top wing on our Hustler Sprint car. Our build series keeps rolling on here. Final part of it, mounting the top wing. I'll show you how to cut it out and mount it on there and some tips and tricks with that. So let's get started. Alright, so we got everything opened up out of the bag here. Got your center section, got your sideboards, wing mounts, and then your screw hardware, which I'm not going to use that. I'm actually going to use these, which are 3mm hardware. They're plastic, they're a little bit bigger, and they're a little bit stronger, and they're lightweight as well. And also going to use the Blanton BRP top wing brace set for this as well. So we'll start by, all this stuff over here, we'll start by cutting the center section out. This one has an arrow piece that goes on the bottom. I'm not going to use that piece. I'm just going to trim out the wing itself, cut it out, and I'll draw with a Sharpie, show you where to cut at. Cut lines on this are pretty distinct, but we're going ahead and draw on here. That way you guys know where to cut. So I've got that all traced out. See here on the back where to go with it. So go ahead and start cutting her out. Alright, so I'm not going to actually cut this out, but I'm going to draw on here where you cut it out at. My hands are beat up from cutting the whole body out doing this, so we'll draw some cut lines on this and you can see where to cut it out at. So there you go. And once you trim that out, that lays up inside this wing. Right here is cavity right here. And you'd have to put a piece of vinyl or something on it to kind of help seal that off, but it creates like an airfoil effect with the wing. So once again, my hands are pretty beat up from cutting all the other bodywork out, and I don't use this piece, especially on a high bike car. It's not needed, so we're not going to use it. So move on to the side panels. Pretty straightforward. I'll trace all this out. I am not going to use the ones that come with it here. I'm going to use the Blanton ones instead. These are just a little bit more pliable. They don't break, and it's just a lot less work than cutting all these out. So that's why I use it. Alright, so we got this all drawn out, traced out. Now we're going to cut them out. Just start cutting. All right. Now we got these things cut out. Kind of see how they cut out. Nothing too fancy. What you do, it's got dimples here. Let me see it better on the camera. You'll want to drill those out. Use a reamer, and them out. Now, got those all opened up with the reamer. Once again, you can use a drill bit if you like. I like using a reamer. I feel like I have more control over it. So, I'm going to take your center section, which is right here. So there's the right board. Remember, the bent part goes out. That's what catches the air. And you want this moved back as far as you can get it. Like this. The leading edge of it, right on the leading edge of it, right there. That's where you want it, right there, right at the edge of the wing. So I'm going to sure it looks straight. Mark my holes. Going to bring these out. They're marked. All reamed out here. See. Some of the stuff off here. Open these screws up. Once again, these are a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. You can use a steel or a stainless steel screw in the wings as well. The ones that come with it will work. Just these are just a little bit bigger and just a little bit more meat there. Just don't tighten up things too tight. Make your adjustments later with it. So got that side on. This side, same thing. All the way forward. As far as you can get it forward. You see there. Repeat the process. Install the left panel. You always want stuff to fit together easily. You don't want to have to fight it. So sometimes you have to ream the holes out a little bit more. That's why I use a body reamer. Alright. So you got your sideboards on. You got everything complete. Now you're ready for the top wing mount. So, take your top wing mount. This is very important. This is where I see a lot of people make mistakes with these. Bend it. There's a little notch on the front one right there. And right here, right here, right here. Same thing with this one. You gotta sometimes feel it with your finger. It's right there. 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 Now, you have to make one of these a left and you have to make one of them a right. So if you bend the tabs same direction, it's not gonna work. You can use the edge of a table. You can try to bend it by hand. You can do it a lot of different ways. I like using this to start bending it and then finish bending it by hand. Simply put it in there like that. Fold it over a little bit. So you just get a little bit of a start to it, and then you fold it the rest of the way over with your finger. Put your one finger underneath there, finger on top. This is sheet metal brake. It's used for duct work. You can buy this at Menards. Same thing with this one. Don't want to use this thing to fold it all the way around because you'll snap it off. Just start bending it with it. Stop. Use your finger underneath it. Push like this. Fold that tab over. Okay. So this one is the left wing mount. It will get mounted on here like this. I'll show you how to attach that here in a little bit. So that's your left. So this is going to be your right. So you have to fold your tabs out the opposite direction. Fold them the same way. Same thing. Repeat the process. Stick this in here like this. Just push on the tab a little bit. Just start the bend. You don't want it to bend much more than that. That way it gives it a line. Take your finger underneath there and push on it. It's very important that you do that. Don't overdo it because it will break off and you will have to get another set of wing mounts. That. Stop. I use 2 fingers here. Push this over. Okay. At that point, I'm going to pull all the film off of here. I can get it off. Might not want to come off. Alright, so this is an older wing. It does not have the dimples in here where it's concaved. I do have a newer one. I don't know if you can see them through the bag. Right here. You can see them in here. Hopefully you can see those. So the older ones didn't have any marks on them. So essentially what you want to do is it's about 1/8 of an inch off of this line right here. About right here. Off of these lines. You measure down about 1/8 of an inch. Put your mark right here. Right there. And we're going to ream that hole out. The newer wings are a lot easier to put together than the older ones. I just want to show you guys this one, mainly how to blindly drill your holes in these, and it's not that big of a deal. It's easier with the newer ones just because the mount holes are already put in it, but not that bad to do without it. These holes out a little bit. The big thing with Lexan is you don't want things to fit really tight. Because they fit really tight, it's just going to shatter when you hit something. All the pressure pushing on it. So bolt this on. Got one side on, so repeat the process on the other side here. Put this on. Onto it, get it on the line. Holes. Put. So now we got both mounts on. Kind of sitting on there a little wonky, kind of bend them around a little bit. Just be gentle when you do that. Test fit it on the car if you want. It doesn't like me today. Not being very happy with me. There we go. Set it on there, kind of however you want to set it on there. Get it in the right holes would probably help. She's on there. She's mounted up. Now, put the wing braces in. I'll show you how I do that. Instead, I use these GFRP Brian Blanton stuff. So this X brace goes back in the back. It's right back here, right in there like that. Helps the wing move, keeps it from moving side to side, keeps it stiffer. It's pretty pliable. It doesn't. So what you do is put it up in here, kind of pinch it with your fingers. I just line it up at the top and mark my holes with the Sharpie. I'm going to spin it around here so I can do it away from the camera. Close. Trying to do this so you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see. Kind of come over here. These don't have to be as precise. need to be close. So now we got the top two marked. What we'll do is we'll put these braces on. Now there's a couple different lengths here. Oh, they're all the same. He made them all the same now. So you put these go up here. You put them kind of however you want. Spread them out. Put 3 on the top if you want. I'll go through here and mark these how they go in here. And you want to make sure this is straight for the most part. You want to make sure, look at it before you do that. Kind of messed that up, but yeah, it's not too bad. So I can fall off. As long as you get it within reason, you're good. And I run this one all the way up to the front, as far as I can get it. And you can mark the upper ones here, like I did on this one back here, but what I would recommend doing is what we'll do is drill these holes here, and we'll do these last. Same thing with this one here. You can use one, put it back in here. These things flex, they move around. You can bend them around, whatever you need to do to get it lined up. But kind of put it in there as a reference. Fold this tab a little bit more. Back off there. It doesn't want to go around his buttons. Well, this one's kind of difficult to do. These wing mounts are thicker. You can use a drill. You can take the wing mounts back off. I'm going to try to do it without taking the wing mount off. See if I can get it. Just mark it with that and drill it out with the drill. It's extremely difficult to do with the wing mounts on there, but we're gonna kind of keep pushing forward here. Trying to make this video any longer by taking the wing mounts back off. So put the ring there, kind of start the hole in. Attach the wing brace. Get that thing all ready to go. got that thing attached. All right, next step, we will attach the wing braces. And what some guys will do is they'll take and bend a piece of little Lexan up and just make a tab go straight across to brace that. You can do that. That will work as well. And just kind of fold that one around. So the nice thing about these braces are they bend, so you can just kind of twist it around, kind of get it where you want it. And that one's on there. It does firm that up quite a bit. So it's just kind of nice part about his mounts are you kind of just bend them around and get them where you need them. So upper wing mount, about right there is where that one needs to go. So a little off where the hole was originally drilled. So you want to make sure it's square. Come from this side. Mark your hole. Reamer out. I always kind of like to pull this one out a little bit more so it braces this better. If you put it back here, it doesn't have the brace out here because it's kind of overhangs the wing right here, so it braces it better. Looks pretty good. So now she's ready to install. We're ready to take her back apart and paint it. Go ahead and put her on the car. Get it back over these wing buttons. She's on there. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video series on how to assemble a sprint car body kit, quasi-speed body kit on a BRP cage, and hopefully you learned from the tips and tricks from me on how to mount that. And your hands are probably dead tired at the end of this video like mine are. You'll get there. Just takes time. Take your time. Work through it. So that's all I got for this Tech Tip Tuesday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next Tech Tip Tuesday.